Hey guys, it's Friday, which means it's time for an update on the progress of the Backrooms project. I'm not sure if these updates will continue to be a weekly occurrence, as I expect some parts of the project will be rather slow and monotonous to work on. So if there isn't a Backrooms update video for 1 week or something, it doesn't necessarily mean there's no progress that's being made, it just means there wasn't any progress that was worth announcing. That isn't the case today. There's a ton of progress to announce, as most of the major plans of the map have been solidified and are being put into action. First, I abandoned the prototype world and started a fresh new Minecraft world, custom built with settings and systems to make the map making process as easy as possible. Before starting anything, I worked through the storyline and came up with a story that I'm much more thrilled about. The story will include being lost, problem-solving jump scares, and will feature not one, but 2 potential endings depending on where players go. There will be a quote-unquote good ending and a bad ending, but I won't give much more detail than that. Players will explore several different spaces. Depending on how the players explore, they will reach one of the 2 endings, and it would actually take a minimum of 3 playthroughs for players to potentially visit every single available space. You may have noticed that I'm using the word spaces when describing different areas of the map. The Backrooms are divided into tons of different spaces that are normally referred to as levels, and each of them are numbered. The most well-known levels are 0, 1, and 2. Level 0 contains the famous yellow hallways that most of you are familiar with. Level 1 and 2 are mazes of various warehouses and twisting boiler rooms, respectively. I was originally going to include those levels in this map, but I've decided against it. Tunnels made to look like warehouses and boiler rooms in Minecraft won't be as distinct as the yellow walls and shag carpet that everyone knows from level 0. By building other levels, I run the risk of players forgetting that this is a Backrooms map, and not just a generic spooky tunnel map. It would be far too easy for players to mistake the drab tunnels of the later levels as just stylized custom strongholds. However, if you are a die-hard fan of the other levels, don't fret. There will still be micro-levels linking the different spaces that will be designed to resemble levels 1 and 2, to make sure that they aren't completely cut out and still have some role in the map. For example, if you're finishing one space, to reach the next space you may have to jump down a dark hole and navigate a tunnel, dominated by pipes and such before reaching that next space. So those levels will be included per se, but not in a large open layout, rather just connectors between the layouts. Lastly, a lot of you commented worrying about the block palette I selected. Many of you suggested alternate blocks that I should use. I played around with and tested the blocks you recommended, but found many of them were inconsistent with the rest of the palette or simply had a right color, wrong texture kind of scenario. Thus, I've decided to stick with the design I had in the prototype. Besides that, construction has begun on the first space. I'm going to place story nodes and jump scares in the level, treating it as an extended prototype, before moving on and constructing the later levels. That is all I have put together so far, but things are looking good and moving forward. Lastly, if any of you have questions or suggestions regarding the project, now is the time to make yourself heard. Leave comments either on MBB's Instagram or in the comments section right here on this video, explaining what you'd like to see and what I could be doing better. I take the time to read every single comment, even if I don't reply to them all. I am making the map specifically for you guys, so, give me some solid input. So thanks for your time, and hopefully I'll hear from you guys soon.